I can't wait. Picard, wait. I can't wait.
All right. Okay.
Picard, wait. I can't wait.
Welcome to Can't Picardly Wait.
Picard, wait.
That music, huh?
It certainly was a song.
It's part of a song that you can hear at the end.
By the strictest definition.
Yeah, I guess.
Technically accurate, that's how we do it.
Yes. Glenn is nothing if not technically accurate and precise.
No other redeeming qualities. And even then, I'm not really that accurate, so...
Sure. So it's, yeah, but anyways, hey, it's me, it's Wade, and that was Glenn Hall, and...
Hello.
Hey, after last week, we got Sean back.
I'm back.
We pulled him back from the abyss.
I do have coronavirus, but I am better.
I do want to stress for people listening at home that he is joking.
Well, yeah, he might have it, actually. I might have it. We might all have it.
Yeah, I don't know that I don't have coronavirus.
Right, but we're all going to get it. Well, I mean, hey, this isn't a podcast about that. And also, since we only had 2 of us last week, we're bringing everybody back in except for Benny, because I don't know where he is.
You didn't watch the fucking episode.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he fucking died last week, guys.
Hey,
I mean, in the canon of Camp Picardly Wait, yes, he did.
Yes, right. Oh, that's fair point.
Are we doing a Camp Picardly Wait podcast next?
But also, hey, there's another voice here that you may have heard before. We have Kristen from Montreal.
Really?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I have instructed the hospitality hologram to let me replicate alcohol again. So I've got a nice cold beer ready to talk about Picard.
Hey!
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, but so you did a meta override?
I did. Yeah, I was smarter than that.
Oh.
Boy. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into this episode instead of faffing around for 15 minutes up top.
Fun as that would be.
But we're so good at it.
I don't even know where I watched the episode, but what happened? I'm that's why I brought all of you on here.
I watched it, but I didn't watch last week's episode. So if you can do a recap of that one and this one, that'd be you can just go listen to the podcast, or you can just fuck right off, Sean. I did listen to the podcast, so that's where I listened to the podcast, and you guys can go fuck yourselves.
Hey.
You guys talked a lot of shit about me, and I was listening, and I deserved all of it.
Hey, no, you didn't. No.
Previously on Can't Picardly Wait. No, okay, what happened last week? You died, some shit went down.
Yeah.
Cried.
We went to see Troy and Riker, who also had sad stuff happening in their life, but a very precocious child actor with suspiciously blonde hair.
Love it.
Let's see what else happened. That's about it. And then, at the end of last week's episode, the Master showed up to pick up Picard. Oh, yeah, and Agnes tried to kill herself because she feels bad about murdering someone and wanted to stop being a human GPS device. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah, so can I do the summary?
Please.
Please do the summary.
Yes, I insist that you do the summary, Kristen.
Okay,
sorry, Glenn.
So I have much to say about the opening thing which happened in this episode, which is the admonition.
Oh.
So we see a very cool-looking but unrealistic scene on this Romulan planet where a bunch of Romulan ladies in quite cool-looking black cloaks are standing backwards in a circle, which seems like there's a lot of work to organize. I don't know why they always do this in this thing. It's cool.
Right.
Yeah, once the scene happened 2 minutes before, they were like, all right, Narissa, you stand there.
Right.
You sit there.
No, a little bit to the left.
Listen.
One of them's arranging everybody, just moving.
Right. I will kick you out of the coven. You stand there.
So the admonition is a warning thing left by a dead civilization from 250,000 years ago about how if you allow artificial intelligence, or specifically synthetic life forms, not just AI, because they have AI already in the Federation,
right.
No one cares, but the synthetic life forms, they will destroy everything. And this if you guys remember Max Headroom, it's like a blip vid from Max Headroom, if you remember those. It like instantly happens like that, and then it turns. How many ladies were there? Like 7 or 8? Like all but Larissa and like half of her aunt, who is also there, are instantly driven mad, and most of them kill themselves or otherwise.
Really, like brutally, like unpleasantly to watch.
Yeah. And then if you survive this, then you are part of the Zhat Vash, and you will work for the rest of your life to prevent the threat of synthetic.
But only women can do it because.
Wait, I was gonna say, are Zhat Vash only women?
Because Narek is Zhat Vash, right? But he just.
And she specifically mentions Foremother, so it seems like that is indeed at least of the leadership of the Zhat Vash, that they are women.
Yeah, but then Narek, I guess his sister told him all about it.
Right, he might just be legacy.
A hired gun, She's just like, all right, I need your help.
Exactly.
If I may be so bold as to just offer, like, you know, a constructive, like, work org note to the Zhat Vash, you know, if you have this founding information that, you know, causes 7/8 of the people that see it to murk themselves, maybe just tell them what the bad thing is.
That's what I was going to say. This poses very big organizational problems in terms of retention.
Recruiting is hard.
Exactly. Yeah. Recruiting is difficult enough as it is, and if you have a recruiting method that kills most people, then
look. I mean, I've all your important streaming shows. I watched The Witcher. It's like, you know, becoming a witch is hard, and they turn you into. It's the same.
At least then they establish that like it is necessary to go through that process to become a witch.
Well, I guess,
or to respond, or to safely use magic. I should say.
Right.
Well, I mean, one could argue that it's necessary to go through this process in order to fully comprehend the evil that is.
Yeah,
because they told me all about it on the show, and I don't believe it for a second. I think it's fucking dumb. So
that's right. I have to see it.
As Picard says later on in the episode, this may have been true for them, but we do not know that it is true for the future.
Right.
This is apparently so convincing to the Zhat Vash that I think this has to be a brainwashing device. That is the only way this makes any sense, is that you go through this and it brainwashes you to believe that. Otherwise, it's a big old citation needed. How do you know this is going to happen again? Right?
Well, I
the
believe
Green Circle told me.
Yeah.
I think they just downloaded a quick speed run of Mass Effect.
Yes.
And now they just think that's what's happening.
Literally part of my notes.
It is very much Mass Effect.
It is.
We've, you know, ever since Discovery came on and New Trek, people have been complaining and whining that it's just trying to be Mass Effect, and they fucking went and did it. Like you.
Yeah.
I don't play Mass Effect.
And then at the end, they went through a mass relay.
Right. And then the next episode's going to be Pick a Light.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, dear God.
Right.
That's, I mean, the thing in Mass Effect, it's not synthetic life, but every millions of years or so, Reapers come from outside of the universe or something to wipe out all civilization.
And they are robotic.
They are robotic.
Yeah, right. They themselves are synthetic, but their purpose is to prevent the rise of synthetic life. It is when they said the thing where it's like, oh, it's like Zephyr Cochrane and the the invention of the warp drive. Like it's a threshold you reach, which I thought that was a good in-universe analogy.
Yeah,
but when they established it, like something happens when you reach that threshold. I literally couldn't believe it. I was like, this is literally the plot of Mass Effect. Like that's exactly like the setup is, like Sean said, or no, Wade said that
don't mix us up.
What?
I said, don't mix us up.
I'm sorry.
I'm my own man.
Except with two competing sects of weird, sexy nuns, which is telling you lots about Michael Zayvon's issues.
Hell yeah.
Anyway.
That they're the same as mine.
90 seconds of the episode. So the rest of the episode takes place. It cuts between La Sirena and the Borg Cube on the ship. When Soji and Picard come aboard, Rios takes one look at her and sort of freaks out and runs off to his room, shuts himself in and gets drunk. And then Raffi does some kind of detective work where she tries to figure out what's wrong with him.
Right.
She goes and asks you guys to
weird.
Piss off. So she sort of collects all of the holograms together and interrogates them for what they know about why is he freaking out.
Fun.
It was weird. Like she goes to each hologram and says, "Where's Rios?" And he's in his room. So, I got to go look for him again. I go find another hologram. Right. Where is he? He's in his room. You know this. Why do you keep asking?
I think that was just a mistake. I think they probably cut some things in the wrong order.
Seems that way, yeah.
So there's also like character stuff with Soji, which is honestly kind of boring, but she doesn't trust Picard or know who she is. It's like, yes, we've established that.
Yeah.
Agnes feels real bad about murdering, what's his name, Maddox, and
Bruce
does very nicely say she's not going to murder Soji. Like,
yeah.
All right, thanks. And they eventually figure out that Rios a copy of Soji called Jana and a dude called Beautiful Flower, if I'm remembering that correctly.
Yeah.
And came on board his ship where he was the first officer. They were hanging out, doing first contact with them. Got an order from Commander O specifically. That the captain got the order that he had to kill them and cover it up. He did. The captain killed himself because he couldn't deal with it, and then Rios covered it up. And that's why he hates himself, which explains fairly well.
Yeah, no, I bought that storyline more than the crazy circle.
Its connection to like the greater narrative is a little like
convenient.
Look how small the universe is. This thing we talk about a lot. I don't like. I think it was done well. Like I think if you're gonna do it, then cool. But like it is like really. Yeah. Really? He has a direct connection with all of this stuff that's happening right now? Okay, fine. Sure. Why not? Of course he does. Great.
Yeah. Well, maybe there's like 80,000 copies of Soji running around, right?
Right. That I'm willing. Now I'm in.
Yeah. Maybe they're just like iPhones are just coming off the assembly line.
Right. I did think it. I didn't think that others would look like her. I thought that was the whole idea. That, like,
well, I guess
there were two of them. Yeah,
it seems like maybe the idea is that Maddox and whoever else he was working with used data as a template, and I imagine Beautiful Flower. I would be surprised if Beautiful Flower is not played by Brent Spiner, like or the copies of him that they find on the planet. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but. The impression, just from what they've told us so far about how all this works, how they're basically cloning from a single neuron, positronic neuron,
right? Yeah. I mean, they made such a fuss about there being two. There's always two, and then it's like turns out no, there's a million of them or something. Just like okay.
Oh yeah, and you're reminding me all of this stuff about the 8 stars, the conclave of 8.
Yes,
Christ. Yeah, what is
an octenary?
It's an octenary star system, which I did not look up. I don't know if it's a real thing, but it's 8 stars with the planet in the middle or something like that.
Well, binary star systems are a real thing, and octenary would be the equivalent word for 8 of it. So
right, and they point out that like she asks a hologram, is this possible without to come across naturally? And it's like, nope, it's impossible. It's like okay, so it's
there are septenary systems, but not octenary. That's just crazy.
That's just insane. Yeah.
Right, I like how she does just casually say like they took suns and put them here. Mm-hmm. Like they took them. What did they have? A tow ship? Like what are you talking about?
That's how powerful that previous civilization was. I guess.
Sure.
Well, that built the massive factory lanes.
It's always a previous civilization. Why? Just this civilization.
Meanwhile, on the Borg cube, so Narissa and Seven are doing some kind of cat and mouse thing. Seven of Nine shows up and saves Elnor.
And he hugs her.
By the way, can we fucking talk about Elnor's name later? Because I am angry about this.
Interesting.
Seven becomes the Borg queen again for like a minute. So she plugs herself back into the collective. She reactivates all of the dormant Borg who are Narissa instantly shoots into space.
Yo, fucking bummer.
Oh my god. Well done. All right, I'm going to wake all of you up just in time to die the worst way possible.
Yep.
Right.
And I sort of rewatched this afternoon, but I couldn't remember what happened at the end of this bit on the Borg cube because nothing does. It just sort of stops.
The Borg cube.
Well, that's what she says, did you get all of them? And he says yes.
Yeah.
And then later on, it's, oh, wait, no? There's more?
I think those are X-Borgs. I don't know.
I think the ones that attacked Rizzo were XBs. And then...
So did they just assimilate her? I'm not sure.
So
she teleported away at the last...
Yeah, she has...
Oh, she did? That's what that...
Because I thought it was going full Romero zombie. I thought they were going to come out with pig intestines or something.
Right.
That's what it seemed like, man. It seemed like it was going dark.
Dylan Moran and Shaun of the Dead. It's like,
Romero. Yeah,
but I know it's a reference to Romero, but that's just Shaun. I've seen so few of these movies, and I've seen Shaun of the Dead. So anyway, no, Rizzo. If you had watched the last episode, you would have seen Rizzo has some kind of emergency beaming apparatus that whenever she is in mortal danger, like
I know
that was in last step. Oh, okay,
I think it was, or maybe it's the episode before. But it's like when because it's when Hugh dies. Because, like, she throws the knife into Hugh's neck. Elnor goes to Hugh, and my first thought was, it's real fucking stupid that he's turning his back to her. And sure enough, she gets a gun out. But he takes the knife out of Hugh's neck and throws it at Rizzo. And just before it makes contact with her, she beams away. So I think she must have some kind of like field on her that detects like imminent danger. And
it's a fucking cheat code. That's not cool. Come on.
It is. It definitely is. It's she has a Game Shark and is teleported.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention before, quite early in the episode, Picard has a Skype call with one of those bitchy admirals who talks to him in the early episode.
One of the
Miss Sheer Fucking Audacity.
Yeah,
hubris.
Yeah, the sheer fucking
hubris.
She's like, okay, you win this time. I'm fine. Whatever.
Yeah, and he's like, send some ships to this place. They're about to attack it. And she's like, fucking shut up, or shut the fuck up, or whatever.
She says, finally, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Soji takes control of Rios' ship in seconds, much like Data was able to many times on the Enterprise. She also opens up a Borg transport conduit, which is a thing from Voyager you wouldn't know about just from watching this show, but they have these sort of like warp tube things that you can travel really fast through. They're going to go to her home world and presumably meet the Romulans and have some kind of battle there.
Right.
I think that's everything. Did I get it all?
I think you're so good at quick synopsises.
Hey, don't make fun of Sean like that.
Huh? What?
Don't make fun of Sean like that in his synopses.
That's funny, because I mean, my synopses would be really short, because I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, maybe if you would, get your head out of your ass and get around to watching the stuff.
No. No.
What are you?
I don't wanna.
Yeah.
Which one of you is doing status reports? I've forgotten. Is it you?
I am
it's
me.
Sean.
I'm doing status report. Woo!
Did you catch the reference to Medusan?
I did catch the Medusan reference. And by the way, Glenn, am doing the status report. Sean has.
Woo!
There's a TOS reference in there.
Oh, yeah.
And one which, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but the actress who was the guest star in the TOS episode, which featured the Medusans, went on to play Dr. Pulaski in Next Generation. The character, notably racist against Data.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
I think I read that she was in TOS. I didn't know she was in that episode, which I actually really liked her.
I liked the Dr. Pulaski. I think Kickers of L's were very much pro Dr. Pulaski.
Well, and part of it was just, she was basically like, she was a woman coded as like McCoy, but like they worked quite well, I think. Like I liked.
Well, she was really good, but the thing is, like with Spock and McCoy, there's the whole like Vulcans aren't an oppressed minority. Like people do make fun of.
Right.
People are pretty racist to Spock, but Vulcans are also like a founding member of the Federation. They're more privileged than humans in a lot of Star Trek. Like they're not like, but like Data literally is on trial to see whether they can take him apart. Right at one point, so it's like, nah, like it feels really different when you're like, okay, cool, you're making racist jokes at your friend who's different from you. That's not great, but there's everything. Yeah. Like, this guy, is in actually like a perilous position based on his species. That's a little less cool. But.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Yeah. And again, part of how I think they just wanted to map. Again, they were just like, okay, McCoy, but make it a lady, and it ended up growing into. I wish they had given her more time in the show, but I'm guessing there's behind the scenes drama there because
sure,
Crusher comes back very abruptly in season 3. It's like I was here the whole time.
Contract negotiations,
right?
Yeah.
We just watched 22 Jump Street last night, and one of the post-credit scenes is all the sequels, and one of them, Jonah Hill's replaced with Seth Rogen, and then in the next scene, Jonah Hill's back. He goes, "What contract dispute?" I feel like something like that happened with Beverly Crusher. But yeah, I mean, you were joking about doing status report now, right? Because I've got the most.
No, Clay, you're not doing status report yet.
I was joking about you guys doing status report now. I was just bringing up some TOS references, Easter eggs, that's all.
Guard, take that bit out of your mouth. Quit chomping at it.
What did you guys think of all of the holograms? Because you did get all of them in a room together, and it's like every accent and haircut that you could possibly have.
My take is the American accent is the worst of all of them.
Yeah.
Is that the hospitality one? Just the American accent?
Yes. That was the one. Yeah. He sounded like Benedict Cumberbatch doing Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I initially really liked just that he plays all the EMHs and all, and I like Rios a lot, but then in this one it got a little bit much. But
it was a bit, the whole like situation of like, oh well, I have to piece together his psyche from all of you. That was very contrived. Having said that, I'm a big fan of the Good Place episode, as I've mentioned on the pod before, where Darcy Carden plays everybody, and this had major.
Well, then go watch that.
Fair point.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't even work, right? She still ends up getting the truth out of him just by going and talking to him.
Right.
She should have done it in the first place. It felt like weird padding.
It did.
Right. She knew he was in his room the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
It had major, to use Mass Effect again, and I wrote this in my notes as well. I said Raffi's subplot has big Mass Effect hub energy.
Yeah.
Like just like a side quest where it's like you have to talk to everyone to get someone to open the door, even though in the real world you just open the fucking door.
Yeah. It did feel like they broke this in the room, and it's just like whoever got stuck, writing it, like was like, all right, this is what we said I'm going to do, so let me just jam it all together.
Right.
Yeah.
The quest marker is on the ENH now.
Yeah.
Well, it's the thing, like, you can sometimes feel in a show, like, the characters are saying a thing someone said in the writer's room, but, like, it shows up, like, basically, what am I doing here? What am I here for? What's going on? Right? You get, like, that note someone got at some point in this writing process. It's like, why is Seven here?
Right.
I don't know. It's like they wanted to get, I don't remember the name of the actor who plays Rios, but it's like he wanted to do all of his accents, right? And I get that. He wanted to show up.
And he's good at most of them. It's just the American.
I think it was working until now.
We don't know that. We don't necessarily know that because you don't know how good someone is at doing an accent that you don't have, right?
Right. Sure, of course. It's
you might suck equally at all of them.
Right. You say the American one is worse, but that's because we're American.
That's 'cause we know.
Right. Maybe, that's a fair point. And reminds me of the stories of Black Panther, where basically people that, were native speakers of, various African countries were like, the accents in that movie make no sense. Like, they do not all belong together. But, we did not notice, because those aren't the languages we speak.
Yeah.
So that's a fair point.
Yeah. I watched an episode of Murder, She Wrote the other day that was set in a rodeo in Saskatchewan, of all places, and they had...
Hell yeah.
The actors were, like, most of the characters were, like, traveling from America, so it was fine. Mm-hmm. But they had, like, a mountie character because, of course, they did.
Sure.
And it was not something you see on TV very often, but a really terrible Canadian accent.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of Canadians working in film and TV, so it's usually easy to find
Right, dime a dozen.
They really laid thick onto the boot or whatever.
Yeah, it was a weird kind of formal Canadian accent like you would hear on like a news anchor would have here, but it's like there's a prairie accent that people have that it's just like they didn't even try to get it anyway. They didn't know. How would they know?
Sure.
So I'm glad there's no Canadian hologram. There's a hospitality program. Perhaps that should be.
My wife is a huge Murder, She Wrote fan, so she's going to be delighted to hear it.
I love Murder. Yeah. J. Michael Straczynski wrote a lot of the.
Yeah. Wait, really?
Yep.
I bought on sale on Amazon before Christmas. I bought the complete box set.
Oh wow!
Well, volumes, 62 discs.
Wow! Holy shit!
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, it takes up like that much space in the shop.
And
a lot of Lansbury.
Yeah.
A lot of Lansbury.
A lot of Jessica Fletcher saying, "Oh, I know the police are trying to take care of this, but I just couldn't help but notice that there's a blood-soaked man holding a knife over there. Did he maybe do this?"
Yeah, I don't know. Don't think too hard about it.
I wouldn't dream of it. I've only seen a handful of episodes, but my takeaway is that
they're all the same.
They're all the same, and she is surrounded by murder at all times.
Everywhere she goes, she is the harbinger of death.
Well, I'm sure there are fan theories about how Jessica Fletcher is actually an extremely effective serial killer.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Or that...
Speaking of murders...
sorry.
No.
So wait.
This ain't the murder she podcasted or whatever.
Is Captain Vanderpump a character from Star Trek?
Oh, no.
Not
Captain Vanderpump Rule.
Vandermeer.
Yeah, I wondered, Vandermeer, I wondered if that was just like Michael Chabon throwing a bone to Jeff, acclaimed science fiction novelist.
That's the Annihilation guy, right?
Yeah. Jeff
I bet that's what it is. That would make sense.
I mean, they love fancy names on this show.
The Bradbury and all that stuff. Yeah. They love making reference to science fiction writers.
Yeah, but just Vandermeer is a hell of a name, and there's no.
Oh, it's a great.
There's no tame names on this show.
Right.
I have to ask if anybody named on Star Trek was in Star Trek before.
Sure.
That guy, not as far as I know, but like
no. I think Wade's right.
I'm sure there's a book.
Hey, Glenn. I'm never asking you.
Hey, Sean.
No.
Never.
But it's right there in a spreadsheet with all the cactus.
Nope. I will take historical knowledge any day.
Okay.
You guys don't hear me. It's because I'm crying.
This episode was. I guess it was fine. I don't know, but the Mass Effect thing is annoying. But
yeah, it's hard for me to get over that.
I mean, it's table setting.
I must have felt really sorry for all those Borg drones who have been in stasis for like,
right?
I don't know.
That was what a bonkers choice.
Yeah.
And it felt like a bit of a cop-out, right? So they get 7, jump back into the collector.
They got fridged.
Yeah, and then so she's waking up all these Borgs. We're going to have some kind of Borg battle. Oh, we didn't have the Borg battle. Oh, is 7 going to be the new Borg queen now?
Right.
No, she's not.
Well, they said Annika has work to do.
Yeah, it goes back to what the show. The only way it knows how to instill, like, try to latch you onto a character, or the character's emotional drive is only because of somebody died.
Right.
Like they did. Yeah. I mean, even with the Riker and Troy, which they did. I thought they did pretty well, but then giving them a dead son. That's what drives their motive. And then with the shitty way they killed Hugh was just a way to give Eleanor a thing now. And the way they killed all the Borg was kind of the same thing, but for 7. And it was even the same pattern in that, like, oh, we're going to try and kill all these people. Oh, we can't kill them. Oh, we killed them. They're all dead now. Like, it's like, what are you doing?
Well, and 7, I mean, 7 had a thing. Like, 7 was, like, already devastated. Like,
right.
7 doesn't need another reason to be pissed off at everybody who fucks with Borgs. Like, 7, Eleanor also, like, doesn't need a drive. His drive is that he pledged loyalty to Picard.
Well,
right.
Like, that's it. And at the end of the season, you just do, like, thanks for showing me the world. I think I'm going to stick around for a little bit. And that's it.
Yeah,
we don't need, like, I have to, avenge Hugh. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I hope that Eleanor does not stick around for another season.
He will.
He will.
Goes off back to his planet and hangs out with his mom, non-friends or whatever. But yeah, can we talk about the whole Eleanor thing that came up last week? Because that literally made me yell out loud.
Oh,
you guys started talking about that. That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
You mean his Sindarin?
Come on, man. No way.
Well, Kristen, if you would like a little extra context on this.
I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to fucking...
I don't want context. I want to talk about how mad I am about this. Like,
Glenn's done some extensive entomological research, and he's not sure it actually fits as well as
It fits, like, kind of.
Right. Good enough.
All
right.
I would argue that Elron is a more literal translation of what Trek, because there's no word for Trek in Sindarin or Quenya, but there is a word for...
Okay, all right.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry I brought it up.
See what you did there.
All
Let's take it back to Twitter. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Follow me at Narnan Draug for more
Don't
info.
follow him.
Put it out as a supplementary podcast. Your 5
nobody...
theories about the etymology of Sindarin grammar and etymology. I thought it was a little bit sweet, though, how when Seven showed up, he hugged her because he seemed the most kind of childlike that he has so far. And you do relate, like, he is just a kid. He's like 17 or whatever, or the Romulan equivalent of a teenager.
Eleanor as like a murder child is like great. Like He's
a child soldier, though. I mean, this is very fucked up. You've got the child assassin on the team. And
it's deeply upsetting. Yeah. But I mean, I'm in.
And they don't seem concerned about him on the Sirena at all. Like, no, he may as well have like dropped out of existence.
Who?
Oh yeah, they don't care. Well, they got their own shit going on, right?
They all got a lot of baggage.
Yep.
And this made me think about this, and this is a horrible thought. There's like this is disturbing. How he's the Wesley Crusher of this show.
Oh yeah, he is.
How is Wesley Crusher not a child soldier?
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good point. Yes,
he flies the Enterprise in battle, and you're like, oh my god! Like I watched TNG with my kids, and that's the character like that my son identifies with because he's a kid that gets to be on a space.
Sure.
How cool!
That's why they put him in there.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're like an 8-year-old who's going to watch this and be like, I want to be that child.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, no, this is very not cool. And that's what I do kind of appreciate Picard for like bringing that up and being like, no, when you put children or teenagers in these situations, this is actually not a good thing to do.
Well, yeah, and they do. And to be fair, they do give Wesley a lot of responsibility very early on. Like, it's he's helming the ship by like season 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apparently that's realistic, though, which is a little scary. Not to. On a competing Star Trek podcast, I heard an interview one time with a guy who was in, I don't know, the Coast Guard or something like that, was the guest on the show, and he was like, oh no, we let, like, cadets drive the ships all the time. That's how they
to be fair, like a boat does not have like a warp drive and like a antimatter core and all that shit.
Right.
They have like nuclear engines. Some of these boats, right? Like they will literally let a 17-year-old at the helm of these.
Oh man. Oh, so he's talking about like, oh wow, that's I thought you were talking about just like a little like a little skiff. Like,
No, for like there are children
piloting nuclear submarines. The Hunt for Red October, but behind the helm is just some...
Well, I mean, who else do you want piloting them? Olds?
Yeah, right.
Those are the only two options.
Can't have olds doing it.
Yeah, these kids, are pretty good at with their video games. They're probably pretty good at it.
Yeah, exactly. Some old guy's going to get behind the wheel of a sub and get okay boomered to death. Then we got to have the millennials do it. It works.
Anyway, yeah, I thought it was okay. Like, also, just like last time I was on, it was like my metric board was like, am I sorry this is over? Like, when you get to like the last 5 minutes, are you feeling like, I wish there was a bit more of this? And I felt that again with this one.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it, and I like seeing 7 of 9 back on the show, even if she's doing like kind of nothing, like she had the only effective thing that she did was save Elmore. Like, nothing else that she did worked. I guess it's effective board cube because the Romulans left, maybe? I don't know.
Right.
It seems like they are setting it up for her to like ride in with Vengeful Valkyrie Fury with the board.
Can you drive a Borg cube?
She can.
She can, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It feels like they're setting up like some plot that maybe they'll probably just resolve it in 5 minutes at the end of the season or something about like, because there's like the Annika still has things to do. Like there's a Borg subplot or machinations going on. That has
backdoor pilot energy, in my opinion.
That feels like I would hope that they're setting it up for just like, we're going to kick that can down the road for a later season or something. Yeah. But knowing the way this stuff has worked so far, it's just like they're going to do it.
Here's a concept I would love to introduce to the Star Trek powers that be. It's called the TV movie.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of trying to come up with 10 to 12 episodes or something for 7 of 9 to do, come up with an hour and a half of her doing something. Have a 7 of 9.
That does feel doable.
Very special, like after-school special of 7 of 9, having some kind of adventure. Because there's so many like nascent Star Trek shows, you're like, this feels like a bit much. There's going to be the Pike show, and there's apparently the new animated Lower Deck show, and there's Picard, and there's Discovery, and there's going to be this Section 31 show, which is like, why? Why are you doing this? Like there's
Boy, sometimes I forget Discovery exists, and I'm thrilled. Just what a good time I was having not thinking about Star Trek Discovery.
I know. Apparently
fucking mushrooms.
Hey guys, I think season 3 might be where it turns around.
Shut the fuck up, Wade.
Hey.
God damn it.
You don't have to make. I guess they want to make as much money as possible, and they want you to sign up, right? But
it ain't working.
But maybe just have it be a one-off. Maybe you can want it. I don't know. You got the cube already. You got the sets and costumes. Write something like Murder She Wrote. Learn from Murder She Wrote. Write something cheap using shit you already have, and just make a good story. And
I do think that's a really good idea to do TV movie events, basically.
Oh yeah.
There's not enough story for a 7 of 9 show. I don't think you've already kind of established what she's doing right now. And are they going to do Tales of the Fenris Rangers?
Sure, that would be awesome.
I'd be totally.
I think
just do Tales from the Borg Cube, man.
I would rather have a show of just episodic adventures that do 20 episodes of, or do what you asked. But they're doing they gave her that Stardust City Rag felt like a one-off 7 episode, and they just crammed so much stuff into it that they could have seeded.
That could have been a movie.
Yeah, or the same thing with Raffi's storyline. With
Raffi feels so shoehorned into this.
Her obsession with the Council of 8 and everything like that. This is all stuff that you need to seed over a whole longer season of her conspiracy theories. But they've wrapped up her arc in a ways like she offhand mentions Council of 8 once, and then it's all right,
they tell us she has conspiracy theories.
Right, and it's not been a part of her character. It's just they hit on it, and then but it's real frustrating the way that they've done that, because
these characters deserve a fairer shake. I think that's I think these are, but not their own whole ass show, but just more exploration than this 10 episode season that's supposed to be about an old dude can give them,
Right.
Definitely. Yeah, I think Raffi a TV movie too. I think that would be great. I'm sure that would be.
I'm into it. Yeah. Yes.
Have a season of they were supposed to do an anthology show, right? Have a season about different stuff. It doesn't have to be all of this overarching story. By the way, completely not on topic. I remember, Wade, I put up on the Discord, you can buy official Star Trek Picard merchandise of the necklace that Darth and Soji wear.
Yes.
Isn't that necklace just 2 circles?
Yeah, it's a very simple necklace. And since posting that on the Discord, I have been inundated with Google ads for these custom 2-circle necklaces where you inscribe your children's names on them.
Oh, no. So you buy one yet?
You buy several yet?
Good on you.
Look, I
one that says Soji and Dodge. There you go.
I like
my new children. That's what I.
That's gonna be the last scene of the show. She's gonna look at the necklace and it's gonna have their names inscribed on it, and then it's gonna show the ship going into.
Because there's always 2 of them, except when there's a whole planet full.
There'll be 80,000 interlocking circles of all of the.
You're right.
As long as there aren't 80,001. That's it. Just pairs. They didn't say how many pairs.
Right. Yeah.
One set of triplets though really fucks this whole thing up.
Right.
Well, I guess sorry, what's that?
Oh no, are you about to do it?
No. God, just anything. No!
Status report time, motherfuckers, specifically Sean.
It's not.
So, I'll be quick this week. So, just finished season 3.
Say that every week.
I know,
no.
So, I just finished season 3 of TNG. So I have now seen, technically I've started season 4 as well. So both parts of The Best of Both Worlds. Which
the best of both worlds.
Keep going.
Keep going.
No, because you're singing, Sean. I don't know why no one else has commented on your under the radar singing on, I believe, every single episode.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You sing so often on this podcast beyond the theme song. Anyway, back to the status report.
I don't know what you mean.
It's driving Glenn insane.
Well, good.
It's like the Survivors when he uses the music to try and whatever. God damn it.
Okay, Sean, that is really annoying.
So I've watched 42.13% of TNG. I have watched 30.48% of all Star Trek on screen. I loved season 3. Season 3 was fucking great. A lot of really not super serialized. There was like a lot of really great stories. I think a couple that I at least are early contenders for my favorite, Star Trek installment period. And to put it in further context, this season, the season 3 of TNG, on average, I rated higher than anything else I've watched so far. So the next runner-up is the animated series season 1. And then so like it's all like it's definitely we are on an upward trend right now for sure. And when I'm all done with the entire canon, I'll definitely include like a line graph of review scores for everything, so you can kind of see like basically the stock market ticker for how I react to Star Trek.
Sure. We'll put it right on the podcast so everyone can see it.
Everyone's going to be so excited to see it. And then
we'll devote an episode to
it. A question. The data directly in the listener's mind via a blip vid.
There you go. So, Wade, something we talked about earlier today, I was asking your recommendation as to whether I should watch the TNG movies before or after I watch like DS9 and Voyager. And I think after speaking with you, I think I'm gonna finish TNG, get the movies over with, and then go into DS9 and Voyager.
I mean, sure, you could do that. I mean, I was like, Voyager doesn't matter, except I guess in Nemesis, Admiral Janeway shows up or something.
Oh, really?
So,
I guess
Nine is kind of an important character here. Not
really?
all of as in Voyager, but she doesn't show up till like season 4.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and if I'm going to commit, I'm going to like finish. So my thing has been like finishing a quote unquote series, and just
do it however you want. Yeah.
All right. Well, shit. Now I'm on the fence, but I got plenty of time because I gotta. We're in isolation right now, and so I've got a lot of time to watch Star Trek. So I'm hoping to at least get done with TNG before things get back to normal. But yeah, really enjoying it. And now for hour 2, we're going to talk about the etymology of not just Elnor's name.
You eat shit, Glenn.
But
you eat shit.
But no, Sean, we got to talk about my Twitter name. So that's actually a Sindarin translation, and it was difficult because I had
to. You changed it to what?
Narnendrau.
All right, so everybody knows how that's spelled, so they can find it, no problem.
Yep. I just put it in the show notes. But that's officially status report. Thank you, except for Sean.
Wow. See, that's what happens when that's the shortest status report to date.
Well, the moral of the story is that bullying works.
You're right. Damn right it does.
Never stop bullying, everyone. Nope. That's a lesson you should take from Star Trek.
Yep.
Gaslight the shit out of you, Glenn.
Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what else. I mean, I'm all preoccupied with not catching the sickness. So
you're not down with it?
I'm not down.
I knew someone was going to say it.
Yep.
All right, come on. No way.
He set you up for it. You're not.
Hey, can you get Galuch to do a MIDI version of Down with the Sickness?
Yeah, I think Galuch would really enjoy doing that.
All right.
Have we ever credited him on the show?
I think I mentioned the first time.
Episode, yeah. And he's in the show notes.
Okay, good.
I don't know what else I have to amend.
Do you think the admonition was just like they showed them Gamergate? They just like that's what
Twitter. This is what happened.
Yes.
I do. Just it reminded me. We did confirm that O is half Romulan.
Yes, they decided that they just called that out.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, a half Rom.
Not like in the ears. No.
Oh yeah.
Romulan thing. I don't know. I haven't seen enough Vulcans on this show to find out. But not good.
Yeah, the admonition was contrived. It was like
it's rough. Will we see it?
No, because they haven't thought it out. What could it possibly be that they could show you that would be sufficient? They have to do the Lovecraft thing where you don't see the monster and it's more scary, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It just feels like it's not sufficient, you know? Like,
yeah, it's not working.
I will say, the door has not been entirely closed to Control being a part of this.
Yeah. And it just wasn't convincing enough to me as a viewer that this is enough to... And that the whole of Romulan society is built on this is... I mean, it's just like...
That's wild.
It's kind of crazy. But, the whole... If it weren't Mass Effect, the whole... It's like a threshold, like the warp, and then things change, is almost like...
You get to a certain threshold of warp, and something shows up, which I thought was weird, because in Star Trek mythology, the thing that shows up when Earth discovers warp travel is the Vulcans.
The Vulcans,
right? So are the Vulcans going around doing that because it was supposed to be an accident in the movie First Contact, which I still haven't rewatched. I remember that plot point. It's just like, oh, we have to leave it this time because a random Vulcan ship is passing by and they're going to see the warp signature and make first contact with humans.
Well,
right?
but he's making the point that I think that, like, the acquisition of that technology is a signal, regardless of the intent of the viewer, is to signal that, like, oh, this civilization has reached a certain point. And so...
and there's a history of, like, ancient civilizations with the Iconians and the whatever the ones that seeded all the humanoid life. That's why everybody is shaped the same.
Like in Who Watches the Watchers, there's a proto-Vulcan race, which that was weirder to me than all the humans, because with the humans it's like, well, yeah, no, it's just a contrivance because, actors are human, blah, blah, blah. But then they were like, no, these are proto-Vulcans. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like,
right. So in that sense, it's like, okay, that's fine that you did this, but then it was like, it's just Mass Effect, dude. Like, come on. Like, did nobody...
It is bizarre how Mass Effect it is.
I mean, and look, Mass Effect, 99% of the story is really good, so, I guess steal from the best, but...
No, do a new thing. You're Star Trek. Come on, you're supposed to be able to...
I'm just saying, like, silver lining is, like, if they have to steal from something, at least they're not stealing from, like, I don't know, fucking,
Yeah, that's a pretty bleak silver lining. They shouldn't have to steal.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not bleak.
Steal from Shakespeare or something like they like to do.
I just wish it was as horny as Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Sean.
Mass Effect fucks.
Yeah,
well, no so does.
No, not this show. No.
Yeah.
All the sex in this show is very sad, though. Like, everything has been like a really depressing thing, so we don't want the show to be horny.
No, that's true.
Sean, if you want a horny Star Trek, go no further than TNG, because that show is horny.
I can't do it.
Okay.
I'm not doing a podcast on
Just
it.
watch the Laxwana Troy episodes, and you'll be fine.
We'll work on... no. We'll work on getting you on a podcast. It's probably not one I'm going to be doing, but...
There you go.
I'll start one.
I'll do a solo TNG
podcast. Sean's begrudging Star Trek podcast.
Fox, Star Trek's dumb. Now I'm going to talk about it.
You sound a lot like later seasons of the Rules of Acquisition.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I feel like I captured that energy for you.
I do like the idea of doing a commentary podcast on each episode of this one.
Yeah, well...
Talking Camp Picard.
Right.
I guess the Picard equivalent now is the Ready Room.
Yeah, if you get Will Wheaton to host it, it'll do just fine.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess it's a good time to wrap it up, though. Take care of yourself and... everybody else, wash your hands and do all that.
Well, and I mean, honestly, like, just sincere appeal. Like, if you're listening to this and you were thinking about, like, going to a bar or something, like, really, like, don't do that. Like, I'm not joking. I'm not, like, being ironic. Like, I
went to a bar last night.
Wade, God damn it. Wade, you're a father.
I'm hanging up here and going to a discotheque.
All right, good on you. Yeah. Dance your ass off. Get all sweaty.
God damn it! No one, stop going out. Watch Star Trek or something.
Everybody.
No, I made that clear.
Sit in, shut in, watch Star Trek. I can't Picardly wait for what? Yeah.
This green light will turn your ass crazy. It's dark and way too intense. What's bad about androids that get thirsty. So maybe just tell people in a text. Eldor tries to do Die Hard. 7 saves his dumb ass. Rios gets real cagey when Soji beams aboard his ship. ENH, so many of these hollow dudes. It's mostly good, but the accents, they're a stretch. Soji meets with Girardi. High and high and high. Borgs get purged in a vacuum. 7 takes up the reins. Rizzo escapes from her own doom. Can't Picard wait? I can't wait. Picard wait. 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 Yeah, we're gonna talk about Elvish, technically Sindarin, and maybe some Quenya, but definitely not Kuzdul, 'cause that's for the dwarves, and they don't really share their language with other people. And no, I'm running out of time. All right, everyone, see you next week.
Cash Cab, which anything.
Yeah, Cash Cab with Penn Bailey.
There you go.
I can't Picardly wait for that.
Look.
Yeah, well, thank you, everybody.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. And look, if people want me to keep talking about Sindarin and Quenya etymology,
Can I stop the record? Are we done?
No.
Yeah.
Gonna talk about Kuzdul.
Just everybody just kind of slowly exit the room. Yeah. Glenn's just gonna go on about Sindarin for a while.
We'll just leave Glenn alone to.
Well, what I really want to study is Numenorian, because there aren't many words that he wrote down for that. But I'm curious if there are any loan words from Sindarin.
I got a debate to watch.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right. Thanks so much, Kristen.